just going to show you how I normally use Zotero, just to kind of give you a quick little crash course of my big favorite features. The first thing is, right, you obviously got to have Zotero downloaded, and it works on Mac and Linux and of course Windows. And so I sometimes swap between working on Windows and working on my Linux machine, and you can actually have these synchronized across both of them, which is really nice. You can have it on my desktop computer, on my laptop, all over the place, and have things synchronized, which can be very, very handy. The other thing that is, in my opinion, completely essential is the Zotero connector. I use Firefox. You can, I believe, get this for other browsers like Chrome, Safari, Edge. Yeah, so you can get this connector, and like I said, it's essential. It gives you this little icon right here, and this allows you, when you're finding sources in your browser, to import that content into Zotero. So first, I'm just going to show you. I'll show you my Zotero here. You can see over my left, I've got all sorts of projects that I just wanted to keep sources for, and I've even got one for this class. And these are just some useful things that I found that I am going to reference or learn from, or something along those lines. It looks like I actually made two folders there. But anyways, so you can see I've got a list of sources in here, and I found a new source. I like this paper here. It's on the modularity in open source hardware and how to document that and things along those lines, which is a really useful thing. I really, really like modular stuff. It's a really good way to design things, and there's all sorts of metrics on how good different types of modularity is, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so this is a source that I like, and I want to bookmark and keep it for later. So there's a lazy way, which when I did this, I added it to my just a bookmark to remind myself that it existed, which was probably not the best way, right? Zotero is usually a better way to log this stuff. So right here, I've got this, my Zotero connector icon. It's showing that it's seeing a paper. And so if I click this, you can see it's saving to EE4777, the project that I actively have open right now in Zotero. And so you can see right here the paper has been imported. It's right there. And what's really nice is right there's the abstract for it. I can see all the information about what publication it was in, the volume, the DOI, all that information is right there. And I've even got my Zotero configured to save the PDF. I probably don't need this anymore, but this is back to the day when I had really crappy internet at home, and so having everything just ready to rock and roll was nice. But here's the PDF, and it's nice. It's really nice. This is also really nice if you are accessing journal articles that are not open access, right? So like if you go home, you would have to get on the VPN to get on a text network to be able to see some of those articles that are paid for by tech for you to view. So if you download the PDF and keep them cataloged in here, it's really nice. And so I have the ability, now that I've got this in here, to add in some notes, right? So I might think this is a great source for talking about modular design approaches, something along those lines. Okay, so I got that note in there. And also, there's some tags that already popped in there, and so I may choose to keep those, and I may choose to add another one. But I can keep those tags where they are. And so that way, I can see what tags have popped up in my EE4777 folder and say, oh, let's distributed manufacturing. Okay, there's just one paper there. Okay, whatever. Let's undo that tag. 3D printing. Okay, so here's just one. So this isn't a super good example, but if I use the same tag several times, it'll show just the papers that have that tag. And so the very last thing that's really, this is the icing on the cake for me, is being able to do this. If I right click and then create bibliography from item, I can choose the type that I want. The journal that I wrote a lot for and used to work for was HardwareX. And so you can actually manage styles and pull in pretty much any type of citation format. But if I'm using HardwareX here and I just choose to copy to the clipboard, now if I just paste it, right there is the properly formatted citation, which in my opinion is just great. And yeah, so Zotero is a free and open source tool, which is nice. You can get it downloaded as many times as you want in many different spots as you want. And I think there is also a cloud backup that you can use, and that's like a paid for service. But I think even if you don't pay for it, you get like 200 megabytes of cloud backup, which is, if you're not holding PDFs, that you'll be able to hold your whole database for your whole life. So anyways, I highly recommend using Zotero.